Two of the most commonly asked questions we get in our showroom regarding fridge freezers, or old fridge freezers, are number one, why have I got water sitting on my shelf in the fridge, or why have I got a pool of water at the bottom? Sometimes you might find it might have actually come out of the fridge freezer and onto the floor, and it's very annoying. The second question we get asked a lot is, why have I got a random smell around the fridge freezer? You've had a look inside, everything's clean in there, but you can't understand why you've got a random smell. In this video, I'll hopefully show you the solutions to these.
Now inside the fridge, obviously when you've got water sitting on the shelf like this, the first thing you want to do is to take things out, and you want to dry the shelf out. But you do want to know why it's happened, and you want to stop it happening again. Now the first reason that we find is at the back here, there's a little hole, and you've got a little device here that's designed to go in there. Now this, basically with a fridge freezer, what will happen is the back panel here, when it's operating, will get very cold and it will freeze up. And as it defrosts, which is a normal process for a fridge freezer, all of the water will drip down here and it will go into this channel, through the hole, and then it will actually evaporate off a tray on top of the compressor. Now that's fairly normal, but the first reason is, first of all, you might have left this in. If it's all the way in there, obviously there's nowhere for the water to go, and that can create a pool of water. So we normally recommend taking that out. What you need to do is you need to make sure that this is clean, and ideally use one of these. If you've not, just get a cotton bud or something to pop through there, just to make sure the hole is completely clear. The next main reason why you could have a pool of water on a shelf is at the back of each shelf you'll actually see there's a lip, and that's there for a reason to stop you pushing anything back. Now when you've not got much in the fridge, it's quite easy to see in there. As soon as you get to Christmas time, where your fridge is full, then what can happen is as you push things to the back, sometimes if you've got a bigger item, it can actually go over the lip and it can touch the back wall. And what can happen, especially around Christmas time, is that as you get a lot of food in there, it starts to get pushed back and food starts touching the wall at the back. As I explained earlier about the back panel freezing up and it's starting to defrost, as the water drips down as it's defrosting, if it's hitting this, then what can happen is the water actually comes over, say the top of this tub, and then onto the shelf. And that's another reason why you get water on your shelf. And it's a very, very simple solution. After you clean it up, just make sure that nothing is touching the back wall. Now the next question we get asked sometimes is, why have I got a smell coming from my fridge freezer? But I've checked inside and it's all completely clear. Now I've had this at home myself, and it smelt of a fish sauce and it was horrible. And what had basically happened, something had spilt and it had actually dripped down the back. And what had happened is it actually gone into the hole and it had actually gone onto the tray that evaporates off the compressor. Now I know it's quite rare that these things happen, but if you do get a smell like that, just check that nothing has spilt. If it has, you might need to go around to the back of the fridge freezer. Now the back of most fridge freezers, this is roughly what it will look like. So you've got the compressor at the bottom, and this is the tray on top where the water will actually drip into. Now what I found with mine is that as my fish sauce had spilt in the fridge, it's actually gone down the hole, and this is where it had ended up. So what I had to do was to clean this out, and most of these are actually fixed because they're on top of the compressor. So I had to first of all turn it off just for a couple of minutes and try and clean this. So I completely emptied this with several cloths and then make sure it's completely clean, and then it just really, after a couple of hours of being on, the smell had gone. So it is just one solution, but I found that that was very, very effective. I hope you found those couple of tips quite useful. Please give us a thumbs up on a YouTube video and leave any comments below. Thanks very much.